I just realized we talked about this before we actually started recording. We were going to mention it, and we didn't bring it up once. That this is our 1 year anniversary episode. This is episode 12.
That is
Happy
1
anniversary,
year.
guys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The show.
It's
I think the show has grown a lot in that 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? We might even get people to watch it one day.
Someday.
All right, we've got no choice. Call the Ghostbusters.
Hudson Valley Ghostbusters, what do you want?
Vigo, the scourge of Carpathia, the sorrow of Moldavia, command.
Oh, command me, Lord!
I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
Beautiful. It's slime time.
Beautiful. All right, greetings, ethereal beings, subhuman entities, and spectral forms from the great beyond, and any human beings who may be watching. You know, I just gotta say, I love that new soundbite from Annie Potts. But anyway, Happy New Year. Welcome to another fine episode of Hudson Valley Slime Time. I'm your host, Jason, and the marketing director at the Hudson Valley Ghostbusters, and I'm joined here with my co-host, Matt. What's up, Matt?
Hey, Jay, how are you?
Oh, just lovely.
So, yes, my name is Matt. I am the executive director and co-founder of Hudson Valley Ghostbusters. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that raises money for charity in the Hudson Valley area. If you'd like to find out a little bit more about who we are and what we do on that front, you can go to our website, hvgb.org, look at who we are, what we do, photos of events we've been to, our team members, our vehicles, our equipment, and so on. Additionally, you can go back to some of our earlier episodes, specifically episodes 1, 2, and 3, where we go a little more in-depth into what it is we do.
All right, so tonight we have the much talked about, highly anticipated, long-awaited Haslab 2 in the box. And joining us tonight to help discuss it, we have Joe, a.k.a. the Rockland Ghostbuster, Steve 3, a.k.a. Threve, and Corey, a.k.a. the Quizmaster / Hudson Valley Slime Time editor and the Hudson Valley Ghostbusters' own social media director.
So many titles. What's up, guys?
Welcome, guys.
I prefer drone.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy to be here.
All right.
So, yeah, you're going to watch a bunch of grown men nerd out about toys that we all just got. Strap in. It's going to be a good one.
But yeah, like I said before I want to get into it, I just got to say, wow, man, I love that we got Annie Potts to, welcome us intro there.
And, yeah, for sharing that with us. That was awesome. Much
That was such a
excitement in
cool-
the group chat.
Such a great surprise. It was my best friend from college, Heather, and her husband Jason. The funniest part of that story was Annie Potts. Like, they send her some information about the group and who I was, who Sean was, but she misread or misinterpreted. So she thought that Heather and Jason were my mom and dad. So, so she's like, "Oh, it's so nice of your mom and dad to do this." so after we watched it, I like hugged them both, said, "Thanks, mom and dad." But
Did they give you the adoption paper right then and there? You know, so it was all along the lines.
Actually, you got to go to him and say, "Oh, you guys owe me a lot of allowance from when I was a kid."
But it was a
I have
very
a question
cool
on
gift.
there. Did she think you guys were like younger? Because we was watching the video at one point. She's like, "I don't know if I can say that. I don't know how old you are."
Yes, yeah, she did say that. I don't know how old you are, but she's like, all the good stories I probably shouldn't say. So
Yeah.
No, I think she kind of because I heard the whole clip because I think you had posted it in one of the chat groups, and she mentioned how you guys do the charity work and stuff like that. So you must think you're old enough to at least do charity work anyway.
yeah, for sure. That was the best part. She's like, "Oh, and I love that part, the charity." So yeah, it was very cool.
Awesome. I'm glad she's a fan.
So Yeah, so we got 2 in the box we're going to talk about. We've all been waiting for it. Everybody, the chat groups online were insane, oh my God, when am I going to get it? Is it ever going to ship? And
They said fall 2024, and mine arrived on the last day of fall, right before winter officially started. So they were good.
yeah, it
Showed up on
literally
like the
said
19th
late,
or whatever.
late fall. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I think at least among the people in this group, the 5 of us, I might have been the first one to get it.
I think you were the first one to get the Haslab pack too, weren't you?
I don't remember. Those came around the same time, I think.
Yeah.
I might have been.
Must be close
It must
to a
just be
distribution
where
center.
the distribution is for where I live.
Yeah.
Your distribution's close to you, but mine's in California. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
same.
However that works.
Mine took a stop in Syracuse, picked up a basketball game, and then came, next day made it to, upstate New York.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I think ours were probably all in the same truck.
Yeah, all you upstate guys. Well, except Joe, he's down by me.
Yeah. No, I think I got mine around either the same day as you, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
did mine,
Yeah.
and then you were like, "Oh, I'm waiting until after work. I want to have to take some time to open it." And I just ran downstairs with it.
Joe was like a kid on Christmas morning.
Oh, man.
There.
I think I stayed home from work that day. Like, just
I was going to say, Joe's boss, don't watch this. He was clearly working.
I either had the day off or something, or I was remote, or that was.
Well, I remember I was at work and I got a delivery alert that had been delivered. I was like, ooh, 2 more hours to go. And I immediately went, I had it at a FedEx drop off. I picked it up there and then I had a bunch of other stuff to do. I went home, dropped it off, and it just sat there on my counter waiting.
Yeah, I got mine. Yeah, mine was at a FedEx drop off because they always ask for saying signature required, and I'm like, well, I never know if somebody's going to be home, so I always just have it go to the local Walgreens, and then while I'm at work, because I can drive right past there, so I quick stop in. So then pretty much the second half of my day while I'm working, I have the box sitting there in my truck that I just have to keep looking at, and it was brutal.
Just calling to you. Open me.
Yeah, I got mine on I think it was Friday. I was working from home, so I was happened to be able to sign for it. But then, I had to put it on my kitchen table, go back upstairs, work the rest of the day, make sure I didn't, did all that stuff before I could open it. But it was just taunting me all afternoon. But
I was tracking it religiously because it said it needed a signature. Did you guys need to sign for yours, or did they just drop it off?
I had to.
Yeah.
When I picked it up from the drop
sign.
off, the drop off area, the local pharmacy, I had to sign for it. Yeah.
So I was planning on
That's
signing
why
for
I
it.
had it sent there.
Yeah, exactly. I was terrified of missing it. I was waiting all day. I'm tracking the truck, and then I just hear thunk on my back porch, and I look, and the driver just dropped it and left. I was like, oh, well, that was anticlimactic, but okay.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys online say that, oh, well, my stuff never comes and I have to sign for it. And I'm like, you might want to I don't know, say something about that, because if, they drop it off on your deck or porch or wherever, and then it disappears. But nope, we got them all. Everybody got theirs. Everybody's happy. And
Yeah. I'd
will
say
get
we're all pretty happy with it.
enough to
it's
to do a
terrible.
show
This is the
about
worst
it.
thing.
If you go on Facebook, we're the happy few. It's amazing the reactions to some of the people on Facebook. I think a lot of people expected an actual working trap.
It doesn't catch ghosts.
Yeah.
How dare they?
It doesn't suck my soul out of my eyes.
You can't make everybody happy, and it's just some people are just.
Everyone has to realize it's a toy.
Yeah.
It's a high-end adult collectible toy, but it's still a toy.
Yeah.
Right.
Not an adult toy, though.
It runs off of AA batteries. It's like, what do you want?
Depends on your perspective.
Just after trying to block bullets with my Captain America shield, I've learned my lesson.
Oh yeah, I found it the hard way too.
Oh my goodness. But all right, well, since now it's the new year, with 2025, we got a whole bunch of new stuff to hopefully look forward to this coming year. Ghostbuster News actually reported that we might see some Ghostbuster animatronics coming this fall. at Lowe's, Home Depot, or Lowe's home stores.
The past couple, like Home Depot, Lowe's, those stores like that, they've had some great animatronics lately.
Yeah. They're making Spirit Halloween look pitiful. I mean, you know,
Blasphemy.
I loved Spirit Halloween. I mean, and obviously, because up until this point, this is like one of the, you know, Spirit's like one of the few places where you can actually walk in and buy, you know, Ghostbuster gear.
Yeah.
But their like development, they're not making things better. They keep taking the same, especially their animatronics. They keep taking like the same animatronics, and then they'll like throw
Put new
different
clothes on it and a different mask.
Yeah, a different sound recording, but different sound bite or something, and their prices are ridiculous.
They are. I was surprised how high they are last time I went into one. Right around Halloween time, I'm like, I wouldn't pay that much for that.
Yeah, but you, like you said, you go into like Home Depot or Lowe's, and you can buy similar props, and actually some of them have better quality. Most of them, I think, are actually better quality for
And
half
if you've
the price.
got patience, like those places move things so quick. It's like 2 weeks before Halloween. They got that stuff discounted so they can bring Christmas out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I went in there like late October, mid-October to one of them looking for Halloween stuff, and I got confused because some of the Christmas decorations now look like it's like a life-size Darth Vader, but he's got like a candy cane, and I'm like, oh, I must be in the Halloween section, but it's the Christmas section. Very confusing.
Yeah, I saw Santa Claus that was dressed up like Dracula.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they kept some Spirit places open for Christmas, didn't they? I heard they had converted a few of them over.
Spirit of Christmas, if I recall.
Yeah. I didn't see any near me, but
There's one in Poughkeepsie, and I drove past it because it was like right across the street from the Poughkeepsie Galleria, and but I was out Christmas shopping, and I wanted to go in there, but I was just so exhausted, but I did not go in. And then I saw pictures of the Christmas decorations they had, you know, after the fact, after the store had closed, and man, I wish I had gone in there because it wasn't just like Christmas stuff. Like they didn't like completely switch to Christmas. It was Halloween themed Christmas stuff. You know, so it was.
Did they do that in the Capital District, Steve? Or I didn't see that.
I don't think one was upstate.
Hopefully, they had a good enough test run this year that they'll do it again next year.
Yeah, I didn't find out about it until it was too late. So
I have to road trip because Spirit has sworn off Rockland County. They do not open stores here anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they always used to have one, and now the last couple Halloweens they haven't opened one in Rockland.
I mean, like I said, unless you're specifically looking to go and buy like something Ghostbuster related in there, you're not missing a whole lot.
Yeah. Like I went there looking for some decorations. I even thought about picking up an 80% Proton pack, or if they had one of their 100%, just to have one to mess around with. And I was like, if it's there, it's destiny. It's meant to be. It wasn't there, so my wallet was happy. But I was looking at some of the other stuff, and it was, to your guys' point, it was like I could either make this or it's just not worth the price. And then hopefully the new Lowe's stuff next year is good quality, and also, like, I guess there's Halloween.com that sells like the life size, the blow up Stay Puft, and did the Slimer. As much as I would love to order something online, I'd love to just see it in person and buy it.
Well, that's where we got our inflatable Stay Puffs, was from HalloweenCostumes.com.
It was either like Halloween.com or Fun.com. They're the same company.
It's
just different.
And that's also where Steve from Connecticut got his life-size Slimer.
Yeah,
which he still blames me for.
Well, you introed it to him, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, hey, Steve, have you seen this?"
So yeah,
like,
so it's your fault.
It's your fault. Yeah. Well, I find it so. I mean, maybe it's just a me problem. I find it so much more easier to impulse buy when it's in person, because I'm like, oh, it's there, it's awesome, I got to buy it. But when I have to put it in like a checkout, like a cart online, and then I see the price, and I'm like, do I really need this?
That's when you put it in the checkout and it sits there for weeks.
I'll go back around, look at it, and like, I don't know if I need it.
I'm actually the opposite. If it's in person, I like stand there and contemplate. But if it's online, I'm like, yeah.
Like,
Click.
Well, that's what you can do now with Spirit, because if you're looking for just a Spirit pack or something like that, you usually leading up to Halloween, they almost always have them in stock online, and their 20% off coupons are good for online also. So it's almost not even worth going in the stores anymore.
So you're telling me is you're the death of brick and mortar stores? You're just like,
well, no, I love brick and mortar stores because I love being able to go in and see it. I love the atmosphere and stuff like that. But
I love taking my kid.
I think Spirit Halloween they went so long without having any kind of like real competition, because there was nowhere else to go to like walk in and actually buy like really good, cool Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully with Home Depot and Lowe's, and some of these other stores, even Target is get some stuff from now and again. Hopefully they'll start to realize they got to step up their game and not just their prices.
Tara and I were out shopping for something else. We just happened. I'm like, oh, let's go into Spirit Halloween. I haven't been in there in a while. I don't think Tara's maybe been in once. Like, I've been there a few times. I know what to expect. I know the things are going to jump out at you, and make noises, and they're going to and all that stuff. She didn't expect that.
Oh, really?
So we walked in, and there was like this clown animatronic that like lunged forward and did like this evil cackle, and I had to get her off my shoulder because she jumped so high.
I think that one got me too, actually.
Even the guy in the store laughed about that.
I was going to say you should have talked to the store owner and says, hey, or the manager.
You got any video?
Yeah, you got video. Can I get a copy of that?
Give me the security camera footage of that one.
Yeah, so we got that to look forward to. Hopefully this year there was no real details on anything, just that the fact that they are, playing with the idea of, having some stuff at Lowe's. So we'll see. Hopefully that'll work out.
Yeah, I hope it does pan out.
But with the prospect of a new year, another thing we saw that popped up was there's an animated series that's in development between Sony Animation and Netflix. And they are looking to expand on building their Ghostbuster universe, as sources say that they're teaming up on an animated Ghostbuster film. Insiders add that the project is in early development, but said Chris Pearn is attached to direct. So we have the potentials of a lot more shows and stuff. So that's hopefully good to look forward to. Hopefully we'll get a date when that's going to start coming out.
Yeah, I would love to see something like that, but as long as they don't go like the Marvel route where they or the Star Wars route where they just flood the market with this stuff and
saturate it.
Well, as long as Disney doesn't get their hands on the franchise, we should be okay for a while. Because it's Disney's the one that's known to just take something and then just beat that horse until it's just gone, and then still keep going. So.
If money keeps coming out when you hit it, they're gonna keep hitting it. So until it stops.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd be excited. I'd like to see like a more long format outside of the film. Yeah. Because I think even the video game from 2009, you can tell a more cohesive story over a long period of time and have it be enjoyable.
Yep.
That was my one complaint about Frozen Empire. We talked about right before we were recording that it just felt rushed. It could have been expanded. That could have been a show.
Yeah,
if you can break it up into 10 episodes.
Yeah, if you can break it up into 45-minute or an hour episodes, you can really dive into that character development and tell smaller stories and not constantly dwell on apocalyptic events and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see more of the exterminator thing,
Yeah, like somebody said, haunted house episode would be great.
Yeah,
go take care of the haunted house.
It was John,
John who was talking about that. Yeah,
yes, that was John.
Like just one call.
If they give me more ghosts to build, I'm more happy.
You don't have enough yet. I think you got 4 or 5 projects going at once, at least.
Yeah, at least.
What would be a great idea for a show is if they expand on the universe even more and show other franchises, and then they can hire us.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Are
you paying attention, Sony?
They watch, right?
Yeah. Have a 12 season or 12 episode season focusing on a different Ghostbuster group.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be great.
It could be like a reality show.
You know, even if it was just like a nod or a mention, here and there, like, oh, we got reports from, Circle City Ghostbusters and Hudson Valley Ghostbusters are reporting the same issues, and just, I mean, how cool would that be?
Sony, why won't you pay attention to us?
You have their people call our people.
We'll just have to start sending these.
We need people first.
We'll have to keep sending the videos to Ghost Corps, and hopefully somebody will.
It's like we
haven't
paid enough. Like,
we'll either get a positive response.
If that happens, maybe then Facebook will leave us alone.
Yeah, we'll get a cease and desist. We'll be fine.
All right. Well, how about this? Before we dive into the two in the box, how about we go over to our Quizmaster?
Yeah, I'm not going to do my intro because you're already here, Corey. So just take it away.
So anticlimactic.
Well, fine. I don't need fanfare. Okay.
All right, fine. I'll do it.
You already got 3 titles earlier. What do you want?
All right, now you are going to look at a different part of your screen for our Quizmaster Corey for a segment we call "There Is No Dana, Only Trivia."
Thanks for joining me for There Is No Dana, Only Trivia segment. Here are the trivia rules for first-time players and viewers. I've written 5 questions, each worth a maximum of 20 points. You can also earn 10 points for partial correct answers and 10 points for bonus questions. Make sure to write down each question on a separate sheet of paper as large as possible. That way you can show the camera during the answer segment that you have to wait to the end of the podcast for. Any questions?
Just remind us, Corey, what are these questions about this time?
These are specifically about the two in the box, so the trap and the PKE meter, either in-universe or prop related.
Okay.
Everybody ready?
As ready as I'm going to be.
Joe, did you study?
A little bit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No study.
Perfect.
Never studied.
You never studied. All right, let's dive in. So, question number 1. What important safety tip does Ray advise regarding the ghost trap as he deploys it for the very first time on screen?
Nailed it.
Maybe some hope for me yet.
Okay, question number 2. The PKE meter was of course made famous by and first seen in the original Ghostbusters film. However, it has also appeared in several non-Ghostbuster related productions as a recycled prop. Name one of these TV shows or movies. There's actually 6 that I was able to find, so
really,
which was way more than I thought.
I found 3, and then there was a couple nods in a couple like shows or something like that.
Yeah, so all the ones I found were recycled props. They weren't like there was a Family Guy episode where Peter had a PKE meter and it was a Ghostbuster reference. So that doesn't count, but
Oh,
damn. Oh, man. I haven't heard anything yet. I'm trying to.
I only say that because that was on the information I found, but I'm like, that doesn't count. That's an actual.
I'm
not
pulling this answer out of nowhere. It feels right, but it could be totally wrong.
I think mine's wrong. I just guessed.
All right, question number 3. What real-life tool was used as the original shell for the PKE meter prop? And we also have a bonus question for this one. This tool was released in 5 different colors. Name 2. All right, question number 4. Name the very first ghost ever to be captured on screen in a ghost trap.
Wow, I think I'm actually doing halfway decent for a change.
Okay, the 5th and final question. What distinctive yet well-hidden inaccuracy can very briefly be seen on screen during the close-up of one of the buried dirt farm ghost traps at the end of Afterlife that gives away the prop's origin as a mass-produced toy replica?
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know what it is, but I am taking a shot in the dark here.
I know what it is, but I'm not sure how to word it.
Just a description.
Okay.
All right, how's everybody feeling? Pretty good about that?
I actually feel pretty good about this one. I mean,
I'm feeling pretty good.
Not too confident on the final question there, but
That fifth question took me like half a day to write because I just kept rewriting it and rewriting it.
It almost took you half a day to say.
Yeah. There's like 50 million versions of that question. So, all right. Well, we will come back to that at the end of the podcast to see who's won.
awesome. Thanks,
Nobody
Corey.
needs
Those
Thanks,
were fun.
Corey.
Those are good questions. I like those.
Pretty good. Because you knew something.
You know what? I think they were a good mix of hard and easy.
I think I got one last time. So
That's what I was going for.
All right, so 2 in the box.
In the box.
In the box.
Ready to go.
We be fast.
They be slow.
We saw.
Well, shipping sure was
shipping,
slow.
yeah.
I think shipping was fast. It was production was slow, but that's a different story. Do you want to start with the trap, or do you want to start with the PKE, or just the box?
No. We're starting right at the beginning here, and this is one of my favorite things, and that's the box itself.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've always been a fan of little packaging, so we don't have waste and all that. But Hasbro with their packaging, with all their Haslabs, just you can't throw them away because it's just it's beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Very well protected. It was a box inside.
Within a box.
A box within a box.
There were 2 boxes inside the box. That was inside another box inside a box.
And there were 2 boxes inside that box.
Yes.
They stuck to that name.
Yeah.
Here. I got a little. I don't know if we can here watch this and talk about the box and. You know, I mean, I love how they got the slime coming out around there, all the beautiful little hinges and metal framework. It's even got some sticky notes on there, notes from like Winston and I think even Egon. And there's a note from Janine on the top of the box.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
see,
I mean-
2 boxes inside there.
Yeah,
Oh,
seriously,
man.
the art department at Hasbro for the Ghostbuster team knocking it out of the park with their designs are great.
They could easily phone it in, but they do not.
Yeah.
No.
I
They're
will.
like, here's a box.
I'll say though, it was out of everything, my only complaint is that it opens from the side.
Yeah.
That's
I was
out of the entire thing. And that's such a small one, but only compared to how they did the box for the proton pack, it opened
like a chest.
like a chunk and stuff, and and with the floorboard inside. But that was my only thing. I kind of think I understand why they did it that way, but that was it. And so
I actually have a plan. One of the first things I want to do, and it's probably going to be the cheapest mod that I want to do. I don't even know if I'm going to mod any of the 2 in a box. I think it's, but I really want to make this more permanent so I can actually use it. You know, so I'm actually going to build a box and then cut out the sides and put them on there and actually cut off the top, make it actually like a chest door and fill it with foam and actually pack my pedal and trap and PK meter and use it at actual storage. Maybe I'll even I'll try to find handles that are very similar to what's on the side of the box and mount them on there and make it actual something usable instead of just something that's going to sit in my basement and never get to look at.
Well, you can put it on your mantle. No one's going to stop you. You don't have to put it in the basement.
Yeah. Have you haven't been to my house? Have you seen this? I have no room for anything.
it has multiple mantles.
You have to build more mantles. That's all.
That's it, right?
You need more mantles and more fireplaces. A wall of fireplaces and mantles.
Yeah,
I don't see the issue with making another fireplace.
My box will likely stay in my office here, and it might end up sometime in the background of this wonderful show. Because I bought one of these babies to put everything in.
Yep.
I'll share with the group.
Yep.
Everything lined up nice and neat, well protected.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So I noticed you moved the fuse on the pedal to the afterlife. Was
I
that
did, just
so it would
because
fit,
it seems
or?
like it's less likely to get broken there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did the same thing. If it's going to be possibly on my belt once or twice, then yeah.
Well, this thing's never going on my belt. It's way too heavy.
Just for
I think that's
like it's really just fixed.
I might put the holster on in case I want to, but man, I put everything on my belt. I put my uniform on. I put my belt on. And I'm like, nope. I'm
Yeah.
never
Can we
doing
talk about
this.
that holster though? This thing is
I was just
That
gonna
is
say
That is,
this,
yeah, it's chunky.
so good though. I mean,
it's got some weight to it. I think this was half the box weight. Just this. I think.
like this is as good as one you
at a
buy
car.
from like a third party
Yeah.
maker for sure. Like it's really good.
I think
Yeah,
I
I was
was highly
surprised
impressed.
how like robust that thing is. Like,
I'm tempted. I have a 3D printed trap substantially later, but I'm like, how do I modify this trap so it can fit on that belt thing? Because the one I have is like literally a 3D printed piece of plastic, where that one is solid metal. So I'm like, it could hold its weight, literally. But
Oh yeah, and the more solid your holster is, the easier a trap is to carry, no matter what weight it is. So yeah, it's really good.
And I actually thought about, like, if you didn't want to keep the trap on there, because it actually has the hook on there, I was like, oh, maybe the wand will actually slot on there. But I checked my wand, and it kind of halfway fits on there. But, might be able to modify the actual bracket on the belt, to actually, more easily accept the wand. Because then instead of trying to reholster it, you can actually just click it onto the trap belt if you're not carrying the trap on there.
the holster, and then the holster for the PKE meter is, I thought the quality was really good. Right, I have a leather holster that I bought for my 3D printed PKE meter, and it's just that one. It's solid. I think it's well put together. I don't think it holds the larger PKE meter very well and securely. I think they did a really nice job on, the peripherals, right? Not even the actual equipment, which just shows the amount of attention to detail I think they did with the whole set.
Yep.
And the fact that all those holsters were just a stretch goal. I mean, it wasn't even part of the original. Like, they could have easily just phoned that in, and they really went above and beyond on the holsters.
too, that like the PK itself has this like little threaded area where you could put like a
I
hook on
did
there
that.
and just hang it.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard.
Which
I
I
heard
might
it
end
was
up doing.
a size of a
did that.
quarter 20 thread. So
Yeah, so you could put
It's just
like a
a-
D ring
just
on
a-
it. So
Yeah, just a standard like if it'll fit like a camera tripod,
there you
it'll
go.
fit this. Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, and that would be a great way to hang the like if you were actually going to carry the trap, to hang the pedal off your belt too, because the pedal has the same
Yeah, has the same thing.
same
It would-
mount.
And
What's nice is it actually still fits in the stand too when you put that on.
Oh, really?
This one, yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they planned
like-
it, but it works.
they until Frozen Empire, they had never shown like a holster for the PK. Like I think they showed it on the jacket in one of the promotional videos, where it's like upside down, which makes more sense, easier to grab, kind of like drawing it by the handle. Where every holster that you find online, and like this one, it goes like bottom in, so it's very secure. But I like with the D ring because I try to think like if in an in-world universe thing, like you could attach it to something on your belt and easily like a string or something and be pulling it, and then it could like retract back to your belt if you were to drop it to grab your,
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
ooh,
So
yeah.
Oh, PKE lanyard.
yeah, it's like the tactical thing. You drop it, it just goes to your belt. And anyway, but it's like I like they included it because it's like it seems practical for in-universe stuff.
I like that.
Maybe I'm crazy. Well, I am. But that's beside the point.
We're all crazy,
Matt, how,
go crazy here.
How easy was it to move the relay on the pedal? Is it
Oh, it's
just
super easy.
two
Just
screws
two
or
screws. Yep.
Yeah.
cool?
Hang on.
I mean, you didn't have to redo the wiring and stuff like that. It's not.
Yeah, it's just like these pads. They're identical. So all you got to
Nice.
do is just take the screw off, and it took me like less than 5 minutes.
That's like the best in-universe change they made in Afterlife, and then Frozen Empire. It makes a lot of sense.
I just like that it's flatter. Like I just feel like it
Yeah.
would get broken off
Yeah.
or something.
And you could theoretically stomp on the pedal without accidentally stomping on the relay too.
Yeah.
It looks, and I think it looks good when it's like hanging. When it's vertical, I think it's
Yeah.
better.
And again, back to the Hasbro team, they didn't need to do that, like, but they gave you the option to make, both.
Yeah, well, they've
both
talked
orientations,
about that
so-
in a lot of their videos, how they listen, to the fans, and they listen to us, and they like to leave it
Us.
because they know how much, well, us as fandom, and but they know how much we love to also change and modify everything, so they try to work with us a little bit on that. So yeah, they're great. But if I did have one gripe about the pedal, and I would be afraid to like step on it. Like it doesn't feel like the actual pedal itself doesn't feel like the hinge
I think
will break or something. It's
I haven't tried it yet with my actual uniform boots, just like a regular shoe or bare, like in socks. I think if you don't stomp on it,
Yeah.
it'll be fine. I've seen people too, and this is right in my wheelhouse because I work in the golf industry. People have been taking the rubber boots for golf cart CV joints and replacing that baffle right there with something that's actually a little more like sturdy.
okay. Yeah, because that and the hinge just feels like I'm afraid that's going to crack or something too.
I think it's all just molded plastic. So
Yeah.
I think I was watching a video where they like deconstructed some of it. So like, yeah, you may have a concern, like don't like, and I know Hasbro said on there, like one of their things, like, hey, it is a high-end reproduction toy. It is not a like prop. So there's that concern, right?
But if you really wanted, you could probably just take off that. Actually, that hinge is plastic, but I'm looking at it. It is removable. It has screws in it.
Okay.
You could probably just put a regular
Put a metal one?
ghost strap hinge. Put it
Are
on
those
there.
actual screws, or are they just molded in there?
Well, the ones on top I think are just molded, but there's ones underneath. I think I can't.
But yeah, you can probably grind that all down and take it off and actually put a
just
real
cut it
metal
off.
hinge
Yeah,
on there.
You could put an actual metal hinge on there.
Yeah, and I was watching someone posted people have already started breaking these completely down, and
I know. We're crazy.
yeah, I only bought one, so I'm hesitant. But I was like the electronics in the trap the pedal are pretty simple, so like you could easily probably recreate something that's compatible, that's like stronger, sturdier, looks like it, right? And don't get me wrong, the Hasbro one is beautiful and I love it, and that's why it's on my shelf there, and I don't think I'll ever take it out of the house. But like you could come up with a way to like interface it, maybe like make one that interfaces with it that's like more robust or something. I don't know. I'm sure people are going to start figuring out the electronics soon.
So this is the pedal that I built kind of from scratch, and I mean, I like to think this is pretty screen accurate, and holding them up side by side, like they did a great job. Like they really did.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did with the Proton Pack where they scanned everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense.
I honestly don't foresee me doing any kind of real mods to it. I mean, I love even the the paint effects they have on there, the wear, everything. I think it just looks beautiful the way it is. The only thing that I probably would do would try to get a drop-in smoker.
I already tried my smoke machine. It's like a millimeter too thick. It doesn't fit in there. I'm like, no.
So get the cheese grater out. We'll make it fit.
I've had my eyes
3D printed. Just sand that down. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I've been watching the CNA Props has a really cool smoke machine, because I actually have their smoker in my pack, and their smoker is actually, it drops right in, and it'll actually can activate via the pedal or a remote control, which I really like that feature.
Yeah, I've seen videos of people doing like online where you step on the pedal, the doors open, the smoke machine starts, and all that, which is cool. It's not screen accurate because technically it's not supposed to smoke until after the ghost is caught. But you could do something along the lines like Corey does, where you just have like a remote.
Yeah.
You press it.
I'm actually building right now myself the smoke box with lights, and I'm doing a 2-channel relay in it. So
Okay.
it'll also run off a remote, and so
What's with the balloons?
I have no idea.
Is there like a release it?
That was great.
I was gonna say I didn't see you touch nothing or whatever. Just, is it voice activated?
No, my computer's just really happy I'm building a smoke kit for the trap.
The AI approves.
Yeah. No, so I'm building with a 2-channel relay. So one channel is going to do the smoke, and the other channel is going to do lights. And it's either going to be either just a bright vertical light or a strobe, or both, possibly, if I can get enough power to it. And then the other channel will do the smoke, so I can time everything.
Nice.
Cool.
And one of the nice things that I like about the trap is, like Corey, how you were having problems with smoke getting in everything inside,
Yes.
in your home built trap, the 2-in-the-box trap, it's like the compartment is sealed.
Yeah.
So there's not really a lot of places for the smoke to go other than out through the doors.
That's a good point.
So
I do like too that there is a service mode in this thing, so you can just open it and get in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's and even like the details in there, they didn't have to go that far, but they did.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
we're
could have
talking
just put a
about
blank
covering it up with
box.
smoke machines, but
seeing how you're talking about that, one of my favorite features on this thing.
oh
The cartridge.
yeah, the cartridge removal, that's cool.
I love that you can take this out like that.
So are you going to modify the containment you have in the back of Slime 1 so you can pull the cartridge out?
I will I definitely we're gonna have to try to do something.
You've so got to do that.
It's on my long list of to-dos.
That's one
Really? That's
Ghostbuster
enough.
childhood dream I haven't yet fulfilled is putting a cartridge into a containment unit and pulling it out.
But again, that's another. They could have just done a solid trap without the cartridge system, and it probably would have been much easier, like all the electronics in one. But they went like, nope, it's going to be a cartridge. It's going to work. And
One thing I think would have been awesome if they could have done, I mean, I guess they could still do it, like in the future, is offer, additional compartments. So that way you can have one frame and then like 2 cartridges, so you can slide one out into the containment unit and then slide in a fresh new one or something, or have them on the
That's why you have to
side.
get 2, which you did get 2, didn't you?
I did, but
Well, now you solved your own problem.
yeah, there you go.
it's not mine anymore. Brian's gonna have it.
Okay.
So we've
Well,
made
we could-
arrangements, and Brian's gonna have his 2-in-a-box.
I think if they don't sell it, I mean, if you didn't want the electronics in the other ones, it was just like a dummy. We could probably easily get up the measurements, 3D print like a trap body cartridge that you could slide in there. It just wouldn't do the lights or sounds or power. I don't think until someone comes up with
until someone does it.
someone comes up with a kit. Yeah,
Someone's gonna do it.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, 3D print the actual thing. I mean, and you can have your own electronics in it itself, just so you can have the light blink or something like that.
Yeah, you could get like a simple. That's not the right term, but there are kits that just do like the LED, like the bar graph with like a battery in it. So like in the lights, you could probably come up with get one of those kits and drop it in there, and it's self-powered. It wouldn't do anything else because of how they expertly hid the battery compartment in the cartridge. But you could kind of come up with a fun way to do it. It might be a fun little project.
I think that would be a great mod. Not to actually change the existing one, but to build onto it as having additional cartridges.
To Joe's point, if someone makes a new electronics kit, drop that in. You could probably figure out a way to do that. But until we modify it, they are perfect the way they are, like Hasbro intended.
I think back to the Proton Pack, and I was very happy with it the way it was when it came out of the box, and then you start watching the videos of everybody else doing this and that, and we got this electronics kit and that one, and then all right.
Yeah.
I just
my proton pack has been upgraded on the upgrade of the upgrade. So it's never
Yeah, the thing is, the trap is great. I have 2 complaints, and they're minor. They're just like nitpicky things. So one is the vibration motor in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. It doesn't make the trap vibrate. It just makes a just noise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really? See, I was using mine.
It's just like,
Mine felt like it was vibrating like crazy.
nope, mine was not. But I mean, the animation is cool. I love that. And my only other complaint is that where this little hidden button is under here on the handle, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. I hit that by accident so many times.
Every time I try to pick up the trap, I hit the button.
Yeah.
I'm like, ah.
Even like when I put it on like had it hanging on my belt and I had it just like the trap pedal hanging on there like it does in the movie, like the ribbon cable on the pedal just hit that and it tried to open, which it couldn't do because the pedal was in front of it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna break this thing already. But yeah, that's the only 2 minor gripes I have with it. Other than that, like people are complaining like the LED scrolls the wrong way. Like, all right, just who cares?
Or it's
Actually,
not
there's a
change it.
setting you can change the set. You can change the settings to which
There's
way
like
the
6
LED
different
yeah.
bar graph settings. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's got
But
like,
like
a
the
Knight
actual
Rider.
animation when it goes to like caught a ghost mode, the LED scrolls the wrong way. It should scroll towards the little light. It goes away from it. So
I guess the only thing I would have changed with the electronics is to press the pedal to open the doors and then press it again to make like the sound effect like in the movie.
you want like a double tap.
Like the double tap pedal, yeah. Like in the Sedgwick Hotel scene. That'd be kind of cool. I think that's what the Maddie trap did. I think it does that. But yeah, and like you said, Matt, the vibration motor, like I guess in the Maddie trap it actually makes the trap like really move
Yeah,
back
it
and
actually
forth.
like moves like there's a ghost in it.
Yeah. But yeah, this motor is a little anemic, but that's probably my only complaint too.
The vibration motor is the same complaint I have with the proton pack. It just it's
I
too
think
noisy.
Maddie actually like one of the wheels. It kicked one of the wheels. That's how it got it to move.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I think
Okay.
like yeah.
That
I mean,
makes
I
sense.
haven't seen the insides of the trap yet, but you might, depending on what the vibration motor is like, you might be able to change the offset or whatever it is that's on the end of the motor that causes it to vibrate to something a little bit bigger to cause it to vibrate more.
Oh man, Corey, you just got me thinking. Now I gotta put I gotta do this like my dancing toaster. I gotta put a solenoid in the bottom. So, and that's gonna be now it's 3 channels.
Cha-ching,
You're welcome.
cha-ching, cha-ching,
It's
cha-ching.
hard enough finding the tiny enough 2-channel relay. Oh no.
You just independent. It'll be a different. You'll have 2 key fobs for this one.
Yeah.
It'll be
Just a full remote control. Just
Yeah.
I was
There
going to
you
say,
go.
yeah, you just
Multiple
you know,
channels.
just like you got for your
for chomping.
for the CD player, you just
Yeah.
got the get like a 7-channel airplane controller with.
I have been speaking of the motor. I have seen people online already starting to like take them out. Like it's I don't know if it's easy, but I know that like I watched one video where like it's just the way it's wired is easy. Just getting to it might be a pain in the butt. But people are like, yeah, same complaint. They're like they didn't like it, they didn't use it, and it works fine without it. It's just one of those things that people have been removing, and it saves some of the weight.
I had a thought when Steve was saying it, but like, all right, you take the motor out, you still have the switch in there with functionality. I wonder if you could do it so if like you flip it one way, it's GB1 sound. You flip it the other way, it's GB2 sounds instead of having to swap out the cylinders. I'm just
maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how that.
You
how
could
that's all wired in.
probably. I think you'd probably need if you had a different electrical kit probably, because I think
someone will make it.
Yeah, because the way, as we talk about the bars, I have mine right here. Like these little like one of them has the notch on it, and the other one, which I think is a really cool way they did it. So like you don't have to turn
That's why
anything
I wonder
off.
if there's like somewhere where that little nub goes in there, there's a wire that goes to it. I wonder if you could just move that over to the switch.
So my understanding is there is like a switch that's how it actuates. So you might be able to change some stuff around, but that would be more complicated than.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
might
how to
be
do.
because if you're talking about just reusing the same switch on the top of the
Yeah.
trap to do
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
it's already doing one thing one way, and then you switch it the other way, then you're gonna have to like reroute. Yeah, that might be a little bit more
But
because
I do like the option, right? If someone now you're talking like I'm gonna take out the electronics kit, put a new kit in it, that would be a pretty cool, right? What do you want? Well, I'd rather be able to go GB2, GB1 easier than Rumble, no Rumble if I'm not going to use the Rumble. So there may be there's probably a way you could wire it, or someone can figure out how to wire it up. But
I even tried just to see if there was like something hidden inside it, and I tried putting one gray, one silver, and one red bar on the side, but it don't work. It doesn't do anything.
Has anyone done any mods on their trap yet? Or
Nope.
I just did the cable. There's a lot of people have been buying the what is it called? The loom,
split loom
for the cable.
Split loom.
Yep.
yes, that's on my list. I have a whole list of non-destructive things.
Yeah,
I can show you the first thing I did actually is I found on Etsy this little tiny 3D printed insert. It literally just snaps over the existing bar graph, and it makes it makes the segments look a lot smaller. So it's maker on Etsy is it's called a Betsy's Loop on Etsy. But yeah, and it just snaps in, so non-destructive. I thought it was really cool. That's all I've done so far, but I've got a list.
I've just done my trap's over there. I won't walk all the way over there and disrupt it. But I did the doors. I put I have examples of them where they just open up and they have the. So I don't know. Is that backwards for you guys?
Oh no.
Nice.
Nope.
Yep. I saw the pictures. Yeah, you posted pictures earlier.
So the door, these just pop right.
Capturing them.
Yeah,
exactly. So they just pop. Someone posted it. They just pop right in, and then my slicer, I just added the words, and I did Ghostbusters too. But then I realized I had it upside down, so I had to. And then it was slightly too thick, so the doors wouldn't close right, so I had to reprint them. And then and I don't know if you can see it, but my trap has green bars on them because I printed green bars because I like the color green.
Nice.
I'm a green fan too.
Did some door ones too. Someone posted these on Facebook. They kind of tried to get the design of the.
Oh yeah, I saw those. Those are cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I might think about doing something with the inside of the doors, maybe like something reflective, just to make a light pop a little more.
So happy with everything about the trap, even the paint job. I wasn't compelled to like tear it apart and repaint it, so that was good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they really upped their game with the stressing and weathering on it.
Yeah, it looks great.
Because the ones on the trap were a little hit and miss. Or not the trap, the proton pack.
The wheels on the bottom. I mean, they're freaking heavy duty.
Yeah, I might swap them out for actual bearings. I think like a 37 millimeter bearing will fit on there.
I saw a lot of people complaining online that, the wheels are too big. But if you look at the prop that they referenced from Afterlife, they were literally that big. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think they're just so used to the Spirit Trap wheels, which just stick out just a little tiny bit.
Well, even the wheels on the original trap, because I bought the same size when I built it's over there somewhere. I bought like a resin trap kit and I put it together and I got the right size wheels to put on it. They're tiny.
They're really
and the
small.
trap
Yeah,
is so close to the ground.
Yep.
That
they're skateboard bearings typically.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're tiny.
This is my 3D printed trap.
Yeah, it's hard to roll the trap on anything but a completely smooth surface.
Yep.
Yeah, so this gives the trap a little off-road capability.
Yeah.
Outside of building it into an RC car, it's like.
And when Joe puts the lift kit in it, so it can do the bounce, it'll be even better.
Oh, he's gonna go ahead to the year 2015 and get that hover conversion put in.
There you go.
I do like that the cable that connects the trap to the pedal is actually sturdy enough that you can actually hold the trap by the cable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't feel like it's gonna fall apart or pull the wires out. It feels very, very well made.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
cable. It's definitely
Uh,
heavy duty. You know, nice metal connections. Kind of reminds me of like, musical instrument cables almost.
yeah.
Yeah.
Audio,
But I'm
video.
like, oh, it kind of looks like an amp cable.
Yeah.
Quite sturdy.
And people have found them, so they
Yep.
didn't take too long. And they make they have ones with I think up to like 8 or 10 pins. So yeah, it's gonna be. Some of us are going.
Oh,
kind of
the options.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of room, in the trap to throw more stuff in there and have more things controlled by the pedal.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's
you just
amazing.
Swap out both sides.
If you've seen the teardown of the pedal, there is so much room in there.
Yep.
Yeah, like one guy, he actually built this, and the way it comes apart, like the side, one part of the hold on, pull it out, like the pedal, this side of it, like unscrews, and he created a 3D printed like battery compartment in there, and makes it easy, and there's it's basically empty, and it makes it easy. Actually, no, I think it's this side that you can fit batteries in there, and the battery it works as a battery compartment because it has screws. It just opens and closes. Yeah, there's plenty of room in this thing. So, and they made it so they even adding the switch or whatever at the bottom for this, in addition to the switch that's already in there, also plenty of room, makes it very easy.
So many options.
Yeah.
So much to do.
Never ending.
Yeah. I do think we already hit on it. I think my biggest, I wouldn't say call it a complaint, but I think the weight, I know that everything they did with the metal plates, the rumble motor, the wheels, just add up to the weight of the trap, which I think add to the look, and it looks great. I wouldn't want them to have done like a plastic panel, because I think it just would have looked like they're trying to make plastic look like metal. But it's one of those things where it will make it more difficult to carry. I'm curious though, like I know people have torn it down. I'm curious if people like weigh those components and how much. This is the nerd. This is the engineer in me. How much of the percentage of the weight is the metal components? And then like what type of metal is it? Like I know some places are already selling like aluminum replacements. Like is the aluminum half the weight, and therefore you could cut the weight by just removing the side panels? I don't know.
Well, like I said,
I think
here's half the weight right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am looking at possibly having the trap mount to my pack, like real Ghostbusters cartoon style. So I actually, the stand for the trap, I actually pulled the mount, like the V-hook off of that. I'm like, I wonder if I can get this on my pack somewhere. So I'm experimenting. Because I'd rather, honestly, if I'm wearing a pack and it's already heavy, what's another?
That's gonna look like a pack mule at these Comic-Cons and stuff.
That probably won't be for Comic-Con. That'd be like that, just too wide. Either that, or I have to start working out more, so like my shoulders are bulky.
Your shoulders are bigger. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Your pack's gonna be half the size but twice the weight as Steve's slime blower. What do you guys think about the PKE meter?
Chunky boy.
Love it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Although it's a good
definitely
club when it comes to defense.
It's growing.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna mug you with this thing. You just beat them.
Well, it's a taser, you could just use that. But
Yeah, but it functions better as a club. It's even like the weight of this thing. I'm surprised how heavy it was. It's like twice the weight of the Spirit one I've been carrying.
Yeah.
It looks great. Like it took me a little while to get used to the feel of it in the hand because it's so much bigger than what I'm used to. But yeah, and I'm hit or miss on the taser capability. I was never like a big fan of it to begin with. I don't hate it, but it's like,
It's a cool add-on. I like it.
It is.
And I
Once
love
I
the
learned
fact...
how to deactivate it, I like it a lot now. But like I didn't understand it at first, and I was like so afraid I was going to break it. But
there is one thing I do like. It seems like they had this in mind when they built it, because I know like these have a little more resilience. You can actually push these down and you won't break them. Which I know, doing events with little kids, they do that and then they take the wings and bend them down.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, all right, well, I don't have to worry about breaking that.
Yeah, I think Joe's using it now. I love the feature where you can manually raise and lower the wings.
Yeah, that's I think that's like the Maddie one, but you could do that too.
Yeah.
I
so
loved
much
everything
smoother.
about the meter. I think they knocked that one out of the park even more than the trap. And a lot of people are complaining about how big it is, but again, it was, as far as I know, scanned from an actual Afterlife prop. So,
Yeah.
so
Right.
that was
Well,
the size.
I think they did touch on the fact that they might have had to make the handle a little bit bigger because they had to fit the batteries in it.
Mhm.
You know,
Could
so
be,
they,
yeah.
you know, so they had some restraints that they had to deal with. So,
Yeah.
I mean, considering, I think, you know, I have no complaints.
Yeah, when you see it in the movie, like when Phoebe's holding it, I mean, it's a chunky boy. So the real prop was quite large. So
I like the way, like you guys were talking, the buttons to raise and lower it and how smooth it runs, how easy it is to control versus like some of the designs like before this got like pre-printed models. A lot of them have like the wheel on the back, which is a little bit harder to like actuate.
Yeah.
But this one, and you like, so like, I'll use my 3D printer. Like I kind of was like holding it like this, but the new one, it makes me, you should be actually like holding it more like this, right? So it's like you can actuate the buttons and touch it. So, I really like how smooth it was, and it's easier to, you don't have to like fiddle with a hidden switch or anything like that. It's just the buttons, and then it has the normal programs it can do. I think I agree. It's for what it is. I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
what do you guys think of the EMF meter?
I haven't gotten a chance to really try it out too much. So I
It
haven't-
definitely
it was-
works.
I had to look it
alright.
up online to figure out how to use it properly because I couldn't figure out. I'm like, which, you know, but I did
Yeah,
get it to work, and I'm walking around my house, and you know, I mean, it's cool, but it's a little touchy.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that they added it, I think it's a fun novelty. I mean, if you hold it up to a plug in the wall, it starts going crazy. So it's definitely detecting it.
Well, I mean, if I hold it up to my computer tower, it seems to work. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, computers will set it off. So it's pretty cool. And the LED lights on the wings are so bright. Like they show up on camera really well too.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with that.
When I first put the batteries in mine when I first got it, and I was playing around with it, I'm like, and I heard other people online saying that theirs had no sound, and they were like, "Oh man, mine doesn't work. It's broken. That doesn't have any." And mine was doing the same thing, and I'm like, "Oh, what the heck?" And it took a while for me to finally find online that silver button on the face is a switch that slides back and forth, and mine was just on mute mode.
And I do like that it changes the like the direction of the screen.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it was the team's intention, but yeah, the ability to mute the PK meter and turn the volume off, turn the rumble motor off on the trap. I almost feel like they're prop modes, because if you did want to make a video or a movie with it, if you put it in those modes without the sound, the lights look amazing on camera. I mean, they're good props for making a little short movie or something like that.
I mean, the
even
sound
like-
is definitely a lot louder than the trap is. That's for sure.
Well, the the trap also, unfortunately, like the speaker cord is at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I guess
that.
actually, if I had to, that might be one mod that I might attempt to do if somebody comes out with a kit where it just amplifies it. If it comes with a little amplifier you can put in the bottom of the trap and a better speaker to make it louder.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I think I remember like these two buttons up here, these upper ones. I think like if you press them, it does like almost like a play mode, or it just kind of.
it's actually a pre-programmed movie sequence. So it actually will follow a certain sequence that was done in a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know which one. I think there's multiple different ones, but
yeah. And then I know there's like an IR sensor on both the PK and the trap, and it took me a little bit of messing around. I think I finally figured out how it does work.
Oh, I didn't even realize that they.
Ooh, I haven't
interact
figured
with
that
each
out
other.
yet. So what did
They
you
kind of
figure out?
like, they kind of like.
I did it by accident, so I'm gonna turn on the trap, not on Rumble, and then
Rumble's
we'll
the
do
best feature.
catch a ghost. When I don't know if it'll work like this. When I pat the wings, although, yeah, if you have the wings extended all the way out and you get it close, it'll like it would make the trap would make a noise, like a captured ghost in there. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
I can hear
Yeah,
either your stomach or a
gurgling.
terror dog.
Yeah.
Is that being triggered by the AI, or is it because I know it'll just make sounds on a timer too?
So if I go like this and
oh, cool.
And
so I found that out completely by accident. I just happened to have the trap on and I had the PKE on. I was just messing around and it did it. I'm like, huh. And I did it again. I'm like, oh, that's not random.
And that was something they never announced. Like that was a complete surprise to everybody.
Well, there's a lot of stuff they never announced, and then the instructions are like, it's being a.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does this work?
Someone posted online like a simplistic version of the instructions, and I was like, this gets saved immediately because now I understand how to use this thing.
There's probably still stuff I haven't figured out yet because they don't directly announce all the features. Except that little thing I just showed you. I found that by accident.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Morse code that the trap will do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
You've got a long press, like the button underneath. You got a long press, like just hold it down, and it'll do. They call it spooky mode.
Yeah.
And it'll do Morse code.
They'll attach
figure
the
out what
light.
the
The light
Morse code
flashes
is.
to the Morse code.
I think it's supposed to be like a quote from the movie or something like that.
I think it was something more like an old computer code or computer speak or something. I forgot to
it was
look
like
up
hello there or
exactly.
something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It was.
Want to play a game?
It was like Hello World or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, Hello World. That's
Let
it.
me out
Yep.
or something.
Yeah, which if any of you have ever programmed before, like learning a program, that's the first thing they're like, oh, make the program say Hello World, and they're like, all right, sure.
Yep, I think that's exactly what the Morse code is.
Yeah. Important
You guys
safety tip: when holstering it, make sure it's off.
Yeah, the holster kind of hits the buttons, right?
It makes some bad noises if you holster it while it's still on.
Noted.
You guys hear the Slimer singing the Ghostbusters theme?
I've
Yes.
not.
What?
You have not?
Like bada.
Here. Oh. You get to watch an actual sequence here. But you can see the I love the lights. I'm just
So good.
Yeah, that sound of my childhood. That beep.
Awesome.
I've never heard that, but I actually have. You had the GB2 rods on there, right?
yeah. Yep, that was the
Okay, I haven't really done much with them. I've had the red ones just on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
last
Who at
night
Hasbro
I was sitting
recorded
there
that?
I was going through all the switches, all the different settings, and yeah.
And Ray Parker Jr. is sitting at home going,
Yeah, the money he's getting every time you play it, Jay, is just he gets a little residual.
I want to know.
Why?
Is
That
it
was,
like
that
someone
was
on
Huey
the,
Lewis's I Need a New Drug.
yeah, or that.
was it someone at the Hasbro team that recorded that or what? Like,
Oh, it had
I'd
to
love
be.
to know.
Yeah, sure.
It's so great.
Yeah, it's
They were
kind
like,
of
"Let's make
you just kind of play with it and figure out what it does.
Well, I mean, think about it though. That makes it so much more interesting because, all right, you don't know all the features, so you kind of, over time, you learn new things. It's like watching, it's like watching one of your favorite movies over and over and over again. That's loaded with all these little Easter eggs and things like that. It could be the 300th time you watch it, and like all of a sudden you see something new. So
Yeah,
it's,
like you found the IR sensor by accident, on the trap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when the pack came out, before I'd read about it online, that it makes sounds every once in a while you leave it running. Remember, that made me actually jump out of my seat the first time. I was just alone in the basement, letting the thing run in the corner, feeling really good about things, and then
Actually, I keep looking into my background there, and I keep forgetting the one of the other
The
cool
extras.
features, extras. Yeah, was all the patches. I see one of mine fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, the patches. I've got here the
My Haslab
stickers.
stash.
These were pretty cool.
Stickers are not waterproof. Don't put them on your car.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
I don't know who decided that because you just feel them. You can these definitely will not last.
And I love that. This might be my favorite extra, the little GB
Yeah, D
engineer
card.
that's pretty good.
Yep.
tag. I love it.
I really like the cards. Just the way that the back and
Only
just
second
having
in
Although
them.
I don't think they
Yeah.
should have said raise a cult on them.
I mean, you would think.
I mean,
that
it's kind
Ray
of
would
cool,
eventually-
but
It's a re-release. He carries them at the store now.
is it a star?
How many points?
Star.
It is a star.
You're a legitimate phenomenon.
Did you mark the cards?
I was just gonna say
You
9
marked
o'clock.
the cards, didn't you?
No, I was looking at the camera. I can see it.
Which funny, that scene, the guy, he's tested his theory how negative reinforcement helps with ESP. He got it right. So anyway, that's beside the point. Come off topic. So
It just
we're
isn't
about
your
toys,
day.
not movies tonight.
But yeah, the only other thing I think we did not mention, and Joe's got it there in his background there, is all the blueprints that they come with.
Oh yeah, I've got
And,
mine. You can't see it, but it's hidden in the background.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you
that
got yours
was
back there on the
very
wall.
cool.
Joe's got his all nice and framed.
He sure did. Like I said, I just stuck mine up with sticky tack. I threw that up 5 minutes before I turned the camera on.
Do we think
All
they're
right.
gonna do another one? Is there any chance you think they're going to do anything else?
Another.
Yeah, like I know
I'm sure they're.
they're doing.
I'm sure they're working on ideas.
Yeah.
I just want to know when my Haslab Ecto 1's going to get shipped. I mean, it's been like, it's
Oh,
been
God,
a
you're
month
starting that
already, or
already?
2 months
It just
already. It's like,
ended.
why don't I have it yet? It's like,
He's gonna go after tonight onto the forums and start complaining to everyone who will listen.
oh, I it was very funny. I actually did that on a couple of the feeds because people were like, "Yeah, I received mine. I got mine in the mail today," and I was like, "All right, great. Where's my Ecto 1?" It's like, when's that shipping?
They said
think
late fall.
my-
It's fall somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2025. It's 2025. Depends on your
But,
definition.
I mean, to answer your question, Joe, I don't know what else they could do for a
I think maybe the only thing I think is maybe the goggles. Like, there's so many people. Every time
Yeah.
it goes up on Facebook, everyone's like, "Oh, I want a slime blower," or "I want, like, I want a gigameter," and it's just like,
Never gonna happen.
that's
everyone.
Wow,
Everyone
guys.
wants a slime blower until they have to carry a slime blower. Then no one wants a slime blower anymore.
now that I've said
Yeah,
it
I
on
mean-
a podcast, though, they can prove me
And
wrong.
can you
but
imagine the shipping on that?
Yeah, like
yeah.
Yeah, their starting
huge.
price for that would have to be like around $800
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then
just for
I
the
guess
size of the thing.
the other thing I thought made like the slightest chance would be like, what is it, Janine's arm thing from the late movie.
That's
Yeah, the compact thrower. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a possibility. Or I mean, if you start thinking about other things, maybe a firehouse play set. You start thinking outside of props. There's other things that they can do.
Well, they did. It's true. They just did the car, and if they make like a scale for the car for the firehouse, you could.
Oh
have
my God, the firehouse would
another
be like
mantle.
6 feet tall
Huge.
or something.
That'd be like the GI Joe USS flag.
Yeah.
Hey, we just gotta just go. Yeah, but I think we could all find room in Jay's house for our
I'm gonna have to put up another garage. just
Another
to put all
mantle.
this stuff.
yeah, another mantle. I think Joe, I do agree with you. I think the compact thrower might be one.
Yeah.
But like you try to think of iconic props from Ghostbusters, and like the trap, the proton pack, that makes it. Even the PKE meter, I was kind of like, I get it. The trap's probably not big enough to do one thing. It's two things. It is iconic. I would, the goggles are probably another iconic thing. But I think if you think about that, what that falls into is like you said, maybe the goggles, maybe the arm thrower.
Yeah, a lot of people
but I
are
don't-
also saying, well, maybe the the belt gizmo, but it's not popular enough. Like, all of us would order it, but that's not enough. That the proton pack and 2 in a box is iconic enough, like that people who
Yeah.
aren't huge fans will order it.
Yeah,
But I
that's
don't
why I
think
say you
both-
look outside of props and you start looking at other things, figures and play sets
Well, I
and
know,
things like that.
Personally, for me, like outside of the props, I'm not that interested in any Haslab. Like I didn't order the Ecto 1 because I have like all kinds of Ecto 1s. I have the figures I want. So that doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
Like a prop. I'm like, all right, because I mean, like the proton pack, that was a steal for what it is.
Yeah.
Like a full size pack for like $400 with electronics in it. You couldn't even buy a shell for that.
Yeah.
Make one.
Yeah.
I could almost see them doing just a different version of that, only because they have tooling already.
I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah,
they Frozen Empire.
They figured it out already, so that saves them all that money. And
I mean, they obviously see that there's definitely, there's definitely a, interest in all that. People love that, Frozen Empire pack or something,
Maybe they do a new run that's like with this, they're showing you can change out things, right? You could put the Frozen Empire style, or you can go to the 1984 style, or multiple bumpers.
Yeah.
Like,
you got to figure they're not going to do anything that they don't think they're going to sell 15,000 of.
They did another run of the pack, they would probably sell because there are a lot of people who missed it the first time around.
It would.
Well, I mean, you also got to think too. We have new, animated shows and movies that are going to be coming up in the future here too.
Mm-hmm.
What from that would they pull, to possibly do, a Haslab from or something like
That's
that?
a good point.
Depending on how far out those shows are.
What you're saying is a real Ghostbusters Haslab proton pack trap and PKE meter?
I would buy that.
I would have to back that. Yeah. That would be awesome. They don't have to do any weathering. It's just blue plastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We are going to go back to our Quizmaster Corey for the answers to There Is No Dana, Only Trivia. Corey, take it away.
Well, thank you. All right. So let's jump right in. Question number 1 was, what important safety tip does Ray advise regarding the ghost trap as he deploys it for the very first time on screen? Everyone show the camera your answers. And the answer was, don't look directly into the trap. Everybody got that one. Question number 2 was, the PKE meter was of course made famous by and first seen in the original Ghostbusters film. However, it has also appeared in several non-Ghostbuster related productions as a recycled prop. Name one of these TV shows or movies.
All right. I'm not sure on this one, but...
Mine was a guess.
Oh, Joe and I guess the same thing, so...
Everyone got it except for Steve.
I'm surprised I was the only one that said They Live.
So
I remembered like Commando or Soldier or something, but I couldn't remember the actual name of the movie. But I was like, man,
that was a good guess. So
I just remembered. I'm like, oh, that was in a movie with Hulk Hogan. What one was it?
So all the ones that I could find was They Live, Suburban Commando, The Fall Guy, Otherworld, Misfits of Science, and Knight Rider, which really surprised me.
Huh.
Yes, I did see, because I saw They Live, Suburban Commando, and Knight Rider, and then obviously I think I saw where there was a nod to in Family Guy.
Where was it in Free Guy? I gotta rewatch that. That's the Ryan Reynolds movies, right? Or a new one?
So that's what I thought too, but it was actually a TV
Fall
show
Guy.
called
The Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy.
Fall Guy. I was gonna say not Free Guy.
Free Guy. Okay. I'll blame him at a disadvantage due to my youthfulness.
and for bonus points, what did it do in each of those? That probably had a different.
They Live. It was looking for. It would help them find the aliens.
Yes. I believe
Isn't
Suburban
that what it did in
Commando.
Suburban Commando?
I think Suburban Commando was like sniffing out a bomb or something, as far as I remember. But
Yeah,
I could be wrong about that. Question number 3 was, what real-life tool was used as the original shell for the PKE meter prop? Perfect. And the answer was shoe polisher, or Iona shoe polisher. That was released by Sears in the 1970s. Okay. And the bonus question, this tool was released in 5 different colors. Name 2. Red and green.
I guessed a green. I knew red, and I want to say
Red
wasn't
and
really
black.
purple. Was there purple?
Perfect. So the colors that shoe polisher was released in was white, green, gold, red, and black.
Okay, it wasn't purple. But
So everybody
I
got.
guessed it green. I knew red.
Okay, question number 4. Name the very first ghost ever to be captured on screen in a ghost trap. All right, that was a softball. I was like, who doesn't get that one? Okay, the
This is the one
fifth
that I
and
don't know.
final question. What distinctive yet well-hidden inaccuracy can very briefly be seen on screen during the close-up of one of the buried dirt farm ghost traps at the end of Afterlife that gives away the prop's origin as a mass-produced toy replica?
I mean, I want to change my answer right now, but
I just put button on the handle. That was the only thing I could think of.
Okay. And the answer to the fifth and final question was the molded plastic crisscross pattern on the underside of the trap doors. This pattern on the plastic doors does not match the original scratch-built props and is a well-known screen inaccuracy of the Spirit Halloween, Rubies, and Walmart toy replicas.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing that when I watched the movie. I'm like, oh, I have that.
See, I don't know how people see that kind of stuff. I did not even know who it is.
Okay. Scores are in. We have a tie for first place.
Ooh.
Matt and Joe with 110 points. Perfect score. Second place, Jason with 90 points. And Steve with 70 points. Nice job, everyone.
All right, that is going to wrap up episode 12 of Hudson Valley Slime Time. If you enjoyed listening to us and the things we talked about, please do like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach out to us by email, podcast@hbgb.org. For more information about booking Hudson Valley Ghostbusters for one of your events in the future, you can contact us through our website, hbgb.org. Plus, you can follow, like, and message us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Bluesky, and
Faceagram.
Faceagram, yeah. Find us on the social medias. If you're listening to this podcast and are interested in having Ghostbusters at your next event, but you're not in the Hudson Valley area, you can go to the Ghostbuster directory, whoyougonnacall.org, and on there you will find a nicely organized directory by state for your local Ghostbusters group.
All right, well, I hope everyone has enjoyed this episode. Let us know your thoughts on this episode or anything else Ghostbusters related in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, everything. Get the word out. And also, check out our online store at redbubble.com. Type HVGB in the search bar. There you'll find all kinds of great Hudson Valley Ghostbusters merchandise there. Got some cool hats. I'm wearing one of my new shirts that I got for Christmas. See?
And if you can't get on the website store, you can reach out to Jason. He has everything.
You can just visit his house.
If you want to see something in person, let me know. I probably got it.
Wait, you'll model it for us?
Hey, as being the marketing director, I figure I gotta at least check out my products that I design, make sure they're worthy. Check out the store. A portion of each purchase will go to charity. And like I said before, and Matt said multiple times, the easiest way to support us is to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And so with that said, I want to thank Steve, Joe, and Corey for joining us tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, had a fun time.
My pleasure.
A lot of info on Two in the Box. So until next time, have fun. Play with slime.
Okay, so I'll see you later, huh? I'll give you a call.